Welcome to On the Chain. This is Jeff here with co-host Chip. What is going on, Chip? What's going on, everybody out there in the On the Chain YouTube world, podcast world, and X world, wherever you guys might be tuning in from? We love you all individually. So today, big news tonight on the chain. Ripple dropped a bombshell. RLUSD liquidity now live with BlackRock and VanEck tokenized funds. That's big news. Flare FXRP launched, maxed out in 4 hours. A lot of movement, a lot of momentum there. XAO DAO with some big news as well dropped today. Has something to do with, well, won't give it away, but just know big news. Ripple, Flare, XAO DAO all in one day. And if you guys watched President Trump crushing it over at the United Nations, went full throttle, called out the globalists, climate change, open borders, all of that stuff. A lot to talk about. You guys have to pay attention with what's going on the international scene, what's going on with Trump. It all relevant to DeFi, all relevant to blockchain, all relevant to crypto, all relevant to stablecoin. Keep your eyes peeled. Good things coming. It's all happening. We're going to break it down right now.
Welcome to On the Chain.
Whoa, yeah. Also ties into freedom. Drop where you're coming in from everybody. Freedom. Look at this, everybody popping in here. Crypto Well, Cash Velocity. Ed is in here.
Whose crypto is it?
We got the Yeti coming in. Devon, hello. Good day, mate.
Whose crypto is it? Whose crypto is it?
Whose crypto's in? Yes, very good.
Whose crypto is that?
He's a force to be reckoned with. Who's crypto, man?
That's right.
Nobody's business. Nobody's
LFG.
business, man.
We also have a big auction coming up tonight. Third auction. Take that back. On the XRP Cafe, using the XRP, using the XRPL, real world utility. Right here. It's not even coming soon to a place near you. It's coming soon to Sparky's Liquor Shop over on 7 and DeQuinder. That's where Mark Smith went.
Sparky, 7 and DeQuinder. Jeff, you remember when you first went to Detroit? Because you're not native to Detroit. You didn't know how to say DeQuinder?
Yes, I do remember.
Like a lot of names around Detroit.
I'll tell you, in real world, practical speak, I didn't know. Well, I knew where DeQuinder. Well, I didn't know where DeQuinder was per se. But I didn't know anything west of 696.
Damn.
I thought everything ended at 696. I didn't really venture because I lived on the west side.
Damn.
So I didn't know for the first year and a half, other than there were a couple outings. We went to we're out with the guys. We went to a place called Wild Woodies one time that was way on the east side someplace.
Whoa.
We used to go downtown, so I knew downtown existed. There were bars and places down. This is way back. We're talking about like 94, 95 to 96. But I kind of had an awakening in 96 where I was like, oh shit, there's stuff west of 696.
Interesting. Is that fun?
I mean, I knew it was there, but my world was west.
Yeah, you just didn't play
east of 696.
You just didn't sit that much time in it.
No, I didn't do much over there.
Ripple puts this post on X. How do you unlock real-time liquidity for institutional assets with Ripple USD, of course? Our partnership with Securitize will allow holders of BlackRock's Builder Fund and the VanEck VBILL to instantly exchange their shares for Ripple USD, thereby preserving exposure to on-chain yield on the DeFi
75
capabilities. There you go.
I meant 75. Let me correct
75
the point.
75
is what I meant.
You said 696. Right.
I know. I was thinking 75. My bad. I don't know. I was thinking 696.
Okay, because it's been a while for me, but I was like, some 75.
The evens run east and west.
Yeah.
The odds, for the most part, run north
and south. Yeah. Securitize also integrating with the XRP ledger to expand access and utility to the XRP ecosystem. This is how we're building the infrastructure for a more efficient, compliant, and on-chain future. There's been so many great announcements this year. Here's a little bit more on what's going on. The Ripple Securitize enable. So the flagship brings it to Securitize. And I know what, I was going to pull some clips from a Securitize interview with their CEO, and I just didn't get to it. We have enough stuff to talk about anyway. But they announced that a smart contract would allow holders of BlackRock's Builder, VanEck VBILL to exchange their shares to Ripple for Ripple USD. And think about this, Jeff. If you think about all the stuff that's happened in Ripple USD, It was announced in December of 24. I mean,
Wow.
all this in 9 months. It's pretty insane. All of the different, I mean, that's like some serious
A lot of stuff
momentum. And it's also the smart contract adds an additional stablecoin off ramp for Builder and VBILL tokenized short-term treasury funds. BlackRock's USD institutional, that's what it's really called, digital liquidity fund, best Builder, or VanEck's treasury fund, LTD, VBILL, represent both firms' tokenized funds. Probably would have, do you think it would have been a better idea to introduce these earlier so you could see what the acronyms were? But anyway.
Yeah, why not just wait and you'll never know. It's a secret, a well-kept secret.
Big secret, VBILL. I was seeing that everywhere. I was like, VBILL. I was like, what the hell is that? Builder.
The VBILL.
You know? But you got to sit in the room and brainstorm in an office to figure out how it makes a cool world. Builder with an, with an L. And then Jack McDonald, who's your SVP of stablecoins over there at Ripple, said Ripple USD for institutional use, offering regulatory clarity, stability, and real utility. I always see that word a lot, Jeff. Real utility. You know what's real utility, Jeff?
Real world.
Let me break in for a second. You know what's real utility?
What's real utility?
The XRPL. You know what else is real utility?
What's that?
Badass Yetis auction taking place right now on the XRPL. And if you got that promo, let's run that promo.
That's it, man. This is real world utility. You're right. 100% spot on. Let's go.
Support on the chain. Zaman wallet ready. Auction on the chain. Use your XRP. Harness the XRPL. Auction decides your fate at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hear the call, a badass Yeti. Stand so tall. From the mountains cold and high, the white tribe brutes will never die. With a roar, they claim the night. Badass Yetis, pure brute might. Raise your bid to legends call. Stand with Yetis, one and all. Tonight the Bruces take their throne. A Yeti strength is yours to all. Starting bid, 1.5 XRP. Support on the chain. Keep their lemon trees watered.
Yes, Jeff. It's important to keep that. Go ahead.
Important. You're right.
Keep that wet lemon tree water right there.
That's it. The lemon trees. Let's see. There you go. Man, your lemon tree is fading out.
Right there.
It's a little fuzzy. I don't know about
Right there.
my lemon tree over there. It's bearing some
Lemon
harvestable
trees,
lemon.
baby.
Look at this, guys. 11 minutes. 11 minutes for real world utility, and you'll never get it again. That'll be the end of real world utility on the XRPL. Here you can put your XRP to work, not only to keep the on-the-chain lemon trees watered and bearing fruit, but also to participate in the XRPL. 1.5 XRP is where the auction starts. This badass brute right here. This guy's kick ass. If you look at him right there, number 330.
Yeah.
That's it. He's a brute. He's a brute.
Look at this, Jeff. You know what else is cool?
Brute history.
Each Yeti gets you a bigger discount on the Badass Yeti's coffee. Soon to be rebranded as Badassery Coffee.
Badassery. Working on the badassery. Working on the badassery.
And there you have it, guys. Go ahead. You drop the link. Link's on there, guys. Go ahead and let's see what you guys got. Keep the lemon trees watered, baby. Come on now.
That's it. You got to keep
8 bonk. That ain't going to do it. Mark's missing.
8 bonk.
I'm going to have to go locate you over there on DeQuinder there at Sparky's and pull you out of the,
We're heading
pull you
to,
out of the gutter so you can get to your wallet there.
Actually,
dude.
Mark, I'm a little bit short on some drinks over here. So we're at the last of the monkey shoulder. So if you don't mind picking some up, that'd be great.
Monkey shoulder, yeah, that stuff. Whew. So I got in trouble with that stuff before. Keeping your crypto on exchange, not a good idea. Is it safe to hold RLUSD on exchange? Like
question.
It's a good question. It's the same thing, right? It's 2 of one, 6 of one, half dozen of the other. I mean, you know, it's still on exchange, still could get hacked. I mean, but you know, weird things happen when you put things on cold storage too. I'm going through that. I'm going through that weird thing right now, Jeff, where when I set it up 5 years ago, I was so sure I knew exactly where I put the password. Except I didn't know where the password was, and I don't have that much XRP on there, but still, it's still a pain in the ass. Like, so you're like, oh, like, and I had the it works to open up. It's on my Zaman wallet. It opens up, but I set a password before you send it somewhere, and I used to use that password all the time. Hell if I know what it's called. That's so.
Since forgotten.
There's 601 10 XRP offer made. Is that right? Let me look at that.
10 XRP offer made.
Refresh that screen, Jeff. Let's see if that's true.
Let's go for a refresh. Let's see.
Let's see. Drum roll, please.
Verifying we're human. This takes a few minutes.
You got to click it, dude.
No, it's verified.
Oh, it's verifying. Yeah. It thinks it's a bot going in there.
Boom. 10
Boom, there it is.
XRP
Hello
offer.
now. Hey now.
Look at that.
Hey
All right.
now.
We got one XRP offer, 10 XRP offer.
Beautiful.
Who can beat that
Beautiful.
10 XRP? You got 8 minutes to own a piece of brute history.
Man, look at that.
Keeping the water trees, the water,
Streams
lemon
puts that
trees,
in, man.
lemon trees watered. Man, they're quick.
Very good, man. Very good. Look at this. Rerun. Good evening, after all. Good evening, all. Refresh the page. We got it, my man. Greetings from Hawthorne.
I'll refresh again.
We haven't seen Art on the lake for a while. Art hasn't been in here in a little bit.
Nothing.
Everyone's shouting Art out. Art is here.
Nothing.
Almost not late. Almost not late.
Almost not.
You came in at probably the right time because usually when we start, so you're not. It's not that bad. You're not that bad off. So I wouldn't really worry about it too much.
Just started.
Not too much indeed. Brad Garlinghouse, Jeff, got in on the whole thing. He's like very excited to share that BlackRock's builder and VanEck's VBILL tokenized fund holders can redeem shares for that RLUSD / ETH 24/7, 365 days through Securitize. And soon to come to RLUSD / XRPL. So first it'll show up on ETH, and then you'll see it over there on XRPL. And there's a bigger community behind ETH right now, but this is what's good about RLUSD, the fact that it's going to be in a lot of different places. It's not going to be siloed at all. So enterprise-grade, instant on-chain liquidity at your fingertips. That is real utility.
That's real world stuff going on. I like it. I like the real world stuff.
I wanted to play this one. This was a really good parody, but I couldn't play it because Brad recently announced he got married. Brad Garlinghouse got married. And you know the song from Saturday Night Live, What is Love? Dun, 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 dun. What is love? Baby, don't hurt me, right? This is the song playing in the background that we can't play. So here it is, and this is the scene where he goes, yeah, with ID wed, puts the finger on it, and all of a sudden he hears What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me. No more. He hears his music, and who is it? Check it out. Dave. And there's David Schwartz blasting that out of a speaker that says XRPL on it.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Oh, what happened? What just happened?
It's so much better with the music. Dun, 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 dun,
I hear no music at all.
You can't hear the music because we would get hammered and we would be taken down.
We keep getting
strikes. You can't play this on
strikes because of music.
That's why I was having to describe it. But it's like one of those cool, fun parodies that we can't play. So anyway, there it is right there. Toast the wedding, toast the rails. That was fantastic. My man gets married and comes back with fire. Maybe we need you to get married more often. Just kidding, Brad. BlackRock ETF, XRP ETF next, right, Brad? Right. XP Market has them covered with the super easy access to RLUSD on the XRPL already, people. Already. What do you think about that? Yippee yahoo. Yippee yahoo. And then the big story of the day. Big story of the day. For over a decade, Jeff.
Goldfish. What?
XRP is powered fast and efficient settlement at scale. FXRP on Flare extends that strength with composability, opens new growth opportunities. XRP as collateral, liquidity, and yield. And nothing other than DeFi. Now, I was going to check this out, Jeff. I was like, yeah, I think I'm going to check this out. Well, the problem with wanting to check it out was it was so crazy that it got to a point where it pleased 5 million FXRP cap maxed out in 4 hours, Jeff.
Yeah, I had the same problem. I was like, oh man, shit must have been on.
The whole community. Yeah, sure.
I got there too late.
I was like, what the hell happened? I was like, oh, sorry, we already hit it. So now we wait for institutional adoption. So I think every week they open it up at 5 million in 4 hours. That's an insane amount of traffic.
Crazy. Yeah. All community driven.
It's crazy, man. I mean, they just on one post on X, and then there it is. So they kind of go through a refresher. How is it secured? How do you acquire it? You know, what do you do? You connect it. But I went there to connect my wallet, and I was like, bro, doesn't work. Because it was too late. Wallet. Too late. Suckers.
Cannot connect your Zaman, I don't think.
And look at this right here, dude.
What wallets can you connect?
Look at the collateral, 19 million. I don't know. I know Zaman can connect to it. Bifrost. Sorry, Bifrost is the wallet.
Bifrost.
Bifrost, it's called. Bifrost. Bifrost. Yeah. There you go. Total FXRP, 14.65 million. Earn, what do they got in the earns? So yeah, it's pretty crazy. Look at that little curve. Look at the minting. Jeez. This is crazy.
So here's a question for the community. Every show, when we make the music for the different NFT giveaways, we're now minting them, and we're creating a minted NFT that's unique just for that song. So question to the community: these songs, which we can put up and put them at a sale price, we can go higher, we can go lower, we can auction them, we can take offers on them, a lot of different options. Want to make sure that people have an opportunity to buy them. But if we just put up the regular song, I can put up an edited version of the song that just is about the story of the individual NFT we give away. So like, for instance, right now, this NFT that we minted here this is the song from the giveaway for this NFT. So here's, look, if you listen. Mind untamed. So here's how it starts.
Win a badass Yeti from the blue tribe.
Then you kind of
bends beneath his will.
So we also posted that one on XRP, but you can own a piece of our history here. And for every NFT that we give away, we create a unique song, just like with the auction, we created a unique song. So the question is value. Is it better, to have a unique kind of biography of that specific Yeti that we're giving away, or the actual song? Because it's just a little minor modification potentially to do a little bit of his biography instead of this is what you're winning. And then we kind of package that up into an NFT. And it was actually Lethal 337 who won last time. And he said, win a Yeti, buy a Yeti. So that was kind of cool. So he won, and he also bought one of the Yetis. So that was kind of a
which
nice
means you got
agenda.
a 2 for 1.
Yeah, 2 for 1. The key is keeping the lemon trees watered. We've got to keep the lemon trees watered in the back.
It looks a little bit
hence
sad
the
over
auction
there,
and all that other stuff. Just want to throw that out there. A little bit of on the chain business type stuff. It's all based on the value. But all right, let's go back into oh wait, I kind of went in that direction because of this. We have a minute left on this auction. This is kind of cool. We're building into the potential full utility of NFTs, and in and around an auction. Kind of cool to be able to run an auction, automated auction. I mean, you can do it on eBay and all that stuff, but this is on the blockchain. This is recorded on the XRPL. You win the auction.
Very cool.
And it's recorded that you're actually winning this NFT, gets transferred over to you automatically. I mean, talk about building in a smart contract. This is really, really impressive. Think about all the other possibilities of what you could do from the NFT. Get an NFT minted to win whatever you won at auction. So you have more record of what you've won. And then the transfer, and then through that NFT, you can go back and you can track where the movement of it, maybe more history is built into it, more details, more data. So you can take that could be the authentication.
Boom. And it's over.
And that's it. That's the end of the auction. I'm excited about these auctions. I don't know if anybody else is. we're selling the NFTs, but for me, this is, real world utility. Years ago, I ran an eBay store. We sold all sorts of stuff on the eBay store, and it was a little clunky selling on eBay if you've ever done it. To me, this is like this next generation. But there's so many possibilities with what you can do just from this auction. And I believe, maybe the other platforms, I don't know if OpenSea does it, but I think it's really cool to see that. Mark Smith's in. So big winner here. I'm assuming that this was crypto, but I don't know.
Yeah.
He's saying,
pretty sure it was. Yeah, it was him.
Yeah. So that was the big winner over there. Big winner. Big supporter here too. Look at this. Boom. 10. I was gonna say euro. 10 pounds. 10 pounds. Look at that.
10 quid, baby. Beautiful. Love it. You're up late, man. It's a late night for you.
It's so cool. You can provide FLR to the F assets,
Flare to F assets,
and earn fees from the FXRP that's minted against them. Just saying, providing collateral is a good way to keep the lemon tree watered. Look at that.
It's also a very good idea. We tried, man. We tried. We will get on the action, but we have to be a little bit quicker on the draw, though. But thank you for the support, Who's. Appreciate that. Tokenize lemon. We'll tokenize the lemon tree. Beautiful. No, that's a really good idea, though, if you think about it, Jeff.
Yeah.
Provide flare to F asset pools, and you get the fees, right? So if you put enough in there, it's nice. It's a good idea. We'll have to definitely check into that, and you mustn't even think about that. But
we'll have to mint an NFT that's somehow connected to the
mine for 15 XRP. Beautiful. Thank you for that, man. Yeah, I was like, did you put another bid in after that? Because I was like, it was 10, and then I saw that it lasted for one for 15.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, there was one for 15. Now,
beautiful.
Now the thing is, I have to go in and accept it. Apparently, so I have to accept the offer for the auction. So let me see if that works.
Which ended up being 14.76 when you take out the fee there. It's so great. Amazing. It's a good. Also a good way for XRP.cafe to make a lot of fees, but if there's enough auctions run, it sort of adds up after a while. So it's kind of nice.
Amazing. Look at this. Look at that.
Beautiful, baby.
Boom.
Love that. Love it. Done. Moving on,
mission
baby.
Failed. I don't know what that's all about. Somehow there was a failure.
Just let us know if you got it. That's all we need to know. Also, Fabio, he was on with us in an interview. Fabio Marzella, who's one of the two co-founders of the XAO DAO. This announcement came out today. XAO DAO has chosen Flare's FTSO as its primary oracle for price feeds related to XRP membership. Also, huge congratulations to the Flare Networks team and community for the launch of F assets. That's beautiful. That's pretty good. So yeah, that's the Flare time series oracle data that is being mentioned, the FTSO there. So that's where those price feeds will be coming from, and then that'll be also related to the membership. So very cool to see that as well. What else we got here? What else? Moving right along. Ellie Terry put this out, Jeff. This is exciting, but only exciting if it goes the way we think it's going to go. It could be very disappointing too. And knowing how things generally go in Congress, she put this out. She said that the Senate Finance Committee just announced a hearing next Wednesday, October 1st at 10 a.m. Eastern on crypto taxes. They're going to have a bunch of witnesses there. Some people like Jason Samasato. He's the director of policy over at Coin Center. You'll have Andrea Kramer, who's the founding member of A.S. Kramer Law. Lawrence Lotkin, who's the vice president of tax over at Coinbase. Seems like a right persona there. And Annette Nellen, chair of the Digital Assets Task Force at the American Institute of CPA. Say that fast. Can you imagine that hi, I'm the chair of the Digital Assets Task Force at the American Institute of CPAs. It's a long title. Not that we have business cards anymore, but I doubt it fits on there. And look at this, Mark Smithson. I can't even believe you could do that from Sparky's, man. All the way from Sparky's over by DeQuinder there. 5 smackers. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate that. Flare is pumping. Hell yeah, it is. Flare is like such a man. Listen, man. I don't think people have an idea where Flare's going. Not financial advice. I just think it's a sleeper. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So this is really cool to see this is going to happen. I don't know how this is going to go. But if you ever had the right if you ever had the right last name for, my last name Chip is good for technology, Chip. And then you've got this guy, Mike Crapo, who's a politician, happens to be a Republican. He announced the committee will convene for a hearing entitled Examining Taxation of Digital Assets. This could go one of two ways. They're like, anything under $600, not tax. Oh, okay, great. What about everything else? So all they have to say is there's no capital gains, and we are on. But I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of pushback from the Democrats on this, Jeff.
Cool. Yeah.
Think about it, Jeff. I want to shine some light on Dirk from Xspector. He's been building on the XRPL for years. He launched 2 successful projects, Xspector and ATM, All the Money, pushing the ecosystem forward together with an incredible community of long-term supporters, builders, believers, being acknowledged and multiple times by David Schwartz and also by Brad Garlinghouse. A true honor, not just for me, but the entire team and everyone who's been part of the journey. Seeing what we got featured on Binance Square articles, another reason it reminds us to keep on building, despite all the hurdles, despite all the setbacks along the way. So big congrats to Dirk. It's always cool to see him on there. I love it. He's been on the show several times. Jeff and I
love seeing his
hung out with him in person.
Yeah, all the things that he's been up to, watching his project kind of go through and develop, the pivot, they've really done an amazing amount of things, which is really cool.
Yeah, they really have. And it's like, the constant building, I wanted to put this for flair. This was something that was teased this morning. I thought this, I just really dug the production on this whole thing. It was like, wake up to Hugo. And then Hugo posted this picture from this video, but I thought this was very clever. I like the artsy style of it, but let's listen in there.
One of digital finance's foundational assets. Its full potential underutilized. XRP. The time has come. Its dormant power awakens. With FXRP, your assets move beyond holding. Stake, trade, borrow, compose, flare.
Flare.
I just like that a lot. I thought that was really. I like how they're all sitting in cubicles. Remember cubicles, Jeff? God, I worked a couple of jobs with cubicles.
Why is Flare Community sleeping?
It was funny because I saw Flare Community posting to Hugo today. Wakey, wake up. He was like saying, wake up.
Look at this. Man. Last 24 hours, 9.2%
baby.
Look at this. I mean, this is where you see some news. Total supply. I want to see volume. Total 24-hour volume, 48.6 million. That's amazing. That just shows you. There's a lot of momentum going on right now with Flare over the past 24 hours. Last 7 days up 13.7%. Month 22%. 3 months. See if 3 months wants to open here.
Yeah, 3 months.
58%. 58% in a 3 month.
That's crazy, man. It's beautiful.
Crazy to see that.
Up.
If we go, 1 year.
Yeah, it is. Like, what is it? 1:30 in the morning.
Year over year, 78%.
1:40 in the morning over there.
Even though we're here.
Who's asked a very important question? Why are you still awake? Why are you still awake? You guys are both in the UK. Why are both of you awake? I don't know.
I'm really liking seeing the direction things are moving in here, even though you go back into, like 23, obviously was at a higher price point in the 4 cents, but man, just to see the last 3 month turnaround and news and development and project building and, just real world utility, just so much going on, we're just not, you didn't see that before. This is the moment right now.
A lot of people complain, oh, it's taking forever. Right. You got to do it right, man. This is what I like about Hugo and the team. They're not messing around. They're not playing games, putting a lot of thought behind it. They're doing it right, stress testing everything, and everyone's complaining. But meanwhile, people with XRP got these free drops, and they're still complaining. You just can't please some people. I don't get it. They should be thrilled.
Should be. And it's all about, development and building and where we're going. It's not going to happen at this moment in time. Didn't happen before. Not the market conditions were being tilled. It's like, it's like if you're going to plant seeds and you're getting pumped, right? You get really, really pumped. And could you imagine all the YouTube fanboys out there making their videos? We planted the seeds. This crop is going to be amazing. Look at
Yeah.
the crop is pumping. It's pumping. Look at this. We watered it. It's pumping. It's pumping. Good news. It rained. It's pumping, right? Meanwhile, none of the seeds have grown yet. Nothing's happened. But they're adding some fertilizer. They're making sure that they're getting the watering there. They've done everything they need to do. Now they start growing, and then the FOMO comes out again, right? Look at this. You can see this, the little seedlings, you see a little bit of a plant growing. Everybody's pumped again, and you get the FOMO all over again. It's until the plant grows. And then once it grows, you still need to make sure it's bearing fruit, right?
Jeff,
You got to till it. You got to do all the right things.
Jeff, should we tell them?
What's that? Am I going into history buying the first Yeti auction? You are going in history for buying number 3. That's right. You bought the second the other day. So we did one auction. We did 2. This is the first in history because we're able to do 2 auctions. That was the second auction that like official, our second show that we did the
first you
auction on.
joined, correct? That's history.
The first
right
that you
there,
joined.
baby.
That's right. That's history.
History, baby.
in the making. It's super exciting.
We celebrate.
Man, along with everything. We celebrate you.
We celebrate everything here, man.
Celebrate the passion.
Good times.
We don't
Jeff,
even have to go to celebration to celebrate.
I have to say, Jeff, every once in a while I'm surprised by what the White House official X account puts out. And sometimes I'm like, I have to look at the handle. Is like that a parody? Is that the parody? Is that the real handle? Like even I'm surprised. I'm like, I got to check it, double check it. Because I saw somebody else post something today. I'm like,
is that how you spell white?
and it looked like AI. I'm like, that's not really true. That looks like AI. It can't be right. And then I saw it on the official White House. Now this is it. So the White House posted this video, no sound, just the camera pans around, and it's the President's Wall of Fame. Something very interesting about this President's Wall of Fame. Let's take a look. Okay, there you go. There's Reagan. There's Bush. There's Clinton. There's Bush Jr. There's Obama. There's Trump. And there's Biden. Well, there's the auto pen. You put
the auto pen.
There's a picture of the auto pens with his signature.
Oh my God, that's brilliant.
For Biden. And then of course you got Trump on the side. But is that too much, man?
Perfect. So perfect. Look at that. And even as it transitions, you can see the transition of the reflection and the glare off the glass.
Look at that.
Wow,
that's some of the, it's incredible. Like I said, Jeff, I was super shocked. And then I saw this, the White House.
At least you made it to the podium, man. You get some champagne.
Yeah, you guys are in an elite group. Let's put it that way.
That's right.
An elite group. Hang on a second. Let me put this up. So I thought to myself, when I first saw that, I was like, there's no way. There's all kinds of stuff that gets shared on that account that I have to double, triple, quadruple check. So here's Trump looking at it, at the auto pen right there. There he is. I don't know who this dude is carrying his mail for him. I don't know. He's a Navy dude. I don't know what he is. I don't know how he got in the picture, but no one knows what's going on with that dude. New at the White House. Then they posted this one, the clear shot of it. Then they posted the video. The White House account, Jeff. It's very interesting, I have to say.
Insane.
Man.
Insane.
There's a lot of interesting. Well, Trump really killed it at, here's the funny thing. Trump goes to the UN.
Well, yeah.
Escalator breaks. It wasn't break. It didn't break. And they even joked on social, wouldn't it be funny if the escalator stopped working? Unfortunately, it's like, the first lady's on it along with the president, and then it
stopped working as soon as they get off it.
Well, as soon as they get on it, they jumped on it, and then it,
as soon as they got off, it started working again.
Yeah. It's just, then the teleprompter wouldn't work, so they thought they were going to embarrass Trump. Trump can go 2 hours. He doesn't need a teleprompter. I'm telling you, he doesn't need a teleprompter.
They had no idea who they were dealing with.
So here's the video of the escalator stop working. Look at this.
Good morning, Mr. President. Good morning. Mr. President, what is your message in light of the Palestinian
They all-
Oh, there you go up to the escalator. There's Melania. He lets her go first. Gentlemen, they get on it and stopped.
Well, and notice the other one's still working. If you notice that.
Oh, that guy's walking up the stairs. So they have to walk all the way up there. They walk all the way up it, trying to trying to embarrass Trump. Oh, look at that. Ha ha ha.
The other escalator's working.
Oh, it was working, yeah. They get on that would have stopped working. The other one started working. They go back and forth.
But Chad is right. An escalator can never break. It can only become stairs. Kind of,
right, but it's just the whole idea of just stopping it. The other one didn't stop. The one they get on, as soon as they get on it, it stopped. I mean, come on.
Secret Service definitely did not miss a beat. Everybody just kept going.
There it is. He just wants to get out of there and go deliver a speech. He doesn't want to be there. Look at him. It's like, just let me just go do my thing here, man. I don't want to mess with you guys.
Premium property in New York City too. So
they should just burn it to the ground.
What do you guys think? What do you guys think about? I'm talking about green energy.
Oh, we got that too.
Where do you see green energy on crypto? As many companies. So it's different. When they're using green energy to their advantage, they're using thermo, direct from the ground. You can use volcano. You can use steam. Like if you go to Iceland, there's a lot of areas, obviously volcanic power. Iceland has a lot of power derived from the steam and volcanic activity. If you get nuclear, you can get nuclear run. I mean, there's a lot of power coming out of nuclear, not necessarily quote unquote green, but where else are you going to, power crypto? You're not going to power it from solar. You're not going to power it from wind. You're not going to power it from the ocean. It could be nuclear or it could be geothermal. Cash velocity. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. Geothermal. I was going to say thermonuclear, but geothermal. Yeah. That's the word I was looking for.
By green, you had better mean nuclear, just saying. Clean energy, right? I like the way you phrased that. That's beautiful.
But the scam are the wind turbines that the Europeans so easily bought into. The solar, which California, I mean, you see people here in Florida. You would think Florida would be loaded. If you've been anywhere where there's solar farms, they're ugly. They break down quickly. You can't dispose of that product easily. Can't recycle it easily. The wind turbines are killing birds by the thousands. They're ugly. You drive through the mountains and all of a sudden you see a wind farm and it's such an eyesore. It's just disgusting. Doesn't look right. Then you go into the ocean. If they want to harness wave power, I mean, there's a way they could potentially do that. I like geothermal. I think nuclear is a possibility. There's probably other ways to generate power, especially solar. I know Musk was onto roof tiles that were, built with solar capability. You think in a lot of these sunshine states, but solar has advanced. It just hasn't advanced fast enough, to get to where people are like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I can power the moment you can power your house 100% off
a car.
A playing car. But if I can power my house 100% without having to put those ugly solar panels on the roof that dig in and they decrease the viability of your roof structure because they have to drill them in, then you can't clean under them. So you end up getting, you get rot underneath your tiles that break down the paper, break down the wood, and you end up with leaks. So it just doesn't make any sense. I know there's a house in our neighborhood and he had got the panels. The roofing company said, or the solar panel company said, hey, if you get our solar panels at any point, if you have to replace your roof or do any roof repair, we'll come out for free and take them off and put them back on. Guess what? They went out of business. So then what does he do? Now he has to find somebody that's going to come out and take those off his roof. And it's expensive as hell to take, hail. Yeah. Hail, hurricanes, wind, natural gas is good. A lot of natural gas resources out there. Yeah, it's amazing. And look at the the electric vehicles. My dad got the Cadillac Optique, and it's fast, built with a whole bunch of tech. I said, well, what are some of the drawbacks? Number one, he's spending more per month on electric than he was on gas. It's more expensive to fill it. Number two, it's slow. He's in a condo, doesn't have availability in a garage to plug in his car at home. So he has to stop at a station and fill it. And that takes a long time. You're down like 30 minutes to an hour plus. It's not easy. So you're using more, you're paying more, and you can't fill it easily. Where's the advantage? I haven't
Look
found
at this. CryptoWeb today says CryptoWeb says they came to install the digital electric meters. If I use too much electricity on the net, I'm getting fined for it. Welcome to Belgium. Well, in Florida they have the meters. When I moved to my last 2 houses ago, the meter was on there. I saw the FPL and it was blinking, and I saw no, get that thing out of here. They go. I called them up, Florida Power and Light. It uses nuclear power from Turkey Point, and I go, get that. I want that thing removed. But sir, you get a discount. I'm like, I don't need a discount. I don't want it. We monitor I don't want you monitoring anything. Get it out, remove it, or I'm pulling it out myself. 2 days later, they came and picked it up. I was like, they always try to sell it to you and like, well, if you can use it, then it'd be fantastic because you get, and the savings was ridiculous, Jeff, for them to monitor and be able to pull electricity from you and distribute it other places. I'm like, no, I don't want that. You don't have that choice when you go to, when you're in Belgium. So it doesn't really have that. Yeah, there was that. Yeah, that was a great, I didn't pull that clip, but Trump offered to do it for $500 million. Oh, yeah. And then it cost $3 to $4 billion. And then he said it had terrazzo. It didn't even have marble floors. He's like, it's just a crappy job, overruns. But again, I hate to say it, another time when Trump was right.
Yeah.
Talk about flare time oracle. The guy is like incredible.
Democracy, socialism.
Well, that's democracy is the, they're in democracy. You have, you're not looking out for a little guy like you. A democracy is run by tyrants. A democracy is the majority rules. That's the democracy.
Al Gore putting mental and environmental since 1975.
There you go. So here's the second one. Here's the second clip here with Trump.
I ended 7 wars, dealt with the leaders of each and every one of these countries, and never even received a phone call from the United Nations offering to help in finalizing the deal.
He's called him out for being completely a pile of cow dung. The United Nations, we're united. We're supposed to be a peace-loving organization. No, not at all, Jeff.
All I got from the United Nations was...
Oh, they're horrible.
This might be... I thought... Do you remember when he was there in 2016? He called them all globalists, and he called it... This was even better. This was full, postal in your throat, in your face. Man, he just went right for the kill.
Nations was an escalator that on the way up stopped right in the middle. If the First Lady wasn't in great shape, she would have fallen. But she's in great shape. We're both in good shape. We both stood. And then a teleprompter that didn't work. These are the 2 things I got from the United Nations: a bad escalator and a bad teleprompter. Thank you very much.
He jokes. Thank you very much.
He's so on it.
Thank you very much. He says, thank you very much. That's all I ever got. Reminds me of that T-shirt. So-and-so went to Vegas, and all I got was this stupid T-shirt, right? Those kind of, it was in the vein of that type of thing. This next clip we got for you guys, he goes after the globalists, man. Dude, this is full on assault right here.
It is plain to see. If you want freedom, take pride in your country. If you want democracy, hold on to your sovereignty. And if you want peace, love your nation. Wise leaders always put the good of their own people and their own country first. The future does not belong to globalists. The future belongs to patriots. The future belongs to sovereign and independent nations.
Damn right it does. You gotta love that, Jeff. I thought that was fantastic. And then here he is right here talking about open borders.
Time to end a failed experiment.
Look at the looks on their faces.
It's time to end.
Look at the looks on their faces. They're sitting there listening to the translation, sitting there.
Oh, I know.
I see Rubio, Basent. Who else is over there?
Yeah.
Oh, there's what's her name? Willett, she was chief of staff. I don't recognize anybody else over there. Called it right when Azerbaijan and Armenia, yeah.
The failed experiment of open borders. You have to end it now. See, I can tell you.
Look at that.
I'm really good at this stuff. Your countries are going to hell.
That's the greatest line
Time
ever.
to end the failed experiment of open borders.
Country,
You have
I'm
to
good at
end
this
it
stuff.
now.
Your countries are going to
I
hell.
can tell you.
Look at that.
I'm
I know
really good
there's
at this stuff.
Wyatt.
Your countries are going to
Wyatt.
hell.
Your countries are going to hell. That's pretty in your face,
love
man. He shoved
That's
it
so
right
amazing.
up the old. I mean, man, Jeff, that's like insane. Your countries are going to hell. And
Shit's
there's this
awesome.
one here. There you
Not
go.
only is the UN not solving the problems it should, too often, it's actually creating new problems for us to solve. The best example is the number one political issue of our time, the crisis of uncontrolled migration. It's uncontrolled. Your countries are being ruined. The United Nations is funding an assault on Western countries and their borders. In 2024, the UN budgeted $372 million in cash assistance to support an estimated 624,000 migrants journeying into the United States.
Just called them out, man, for funding the migration into the U.S. I mean, why are they in New York to begin with? Chad said it earlier. Get them out of New York. Get the U.S. out of the UN, the UN out of New York. It was well said.
Think of that. The UN is supporting people that are illegally coming into the United States, and then we have to get them out. The UN also provided food, shelter, transportation, and debit cards to illegal aliens. Can you believe that? On the way to infiltrate our southern border. Millions of people came through that southern border. Just a year ago, millions and millions of people were pouring in, 25 million altogether over the 4 years of the incompetent
25
Biden
million.
administration.
Insane.
Almost 10%.
And now we have it stopped, totally stopped.
Look
I
at all
love
these
looking at the-
countries.
I
They're
love
all
looking at the
sad-faced.
faces,
In
sour
fact, they're not
pussies.
even coming
Yeah.
anymore because they know they can't get through.
They've all been put in their place.
And
Look at-
meanwhile, look at Germany.
yeah.
He's talking
Germany.
to Germany, France.
Oh, yeah.
El Salvador doesn't have to look. Doesn't care. They're freaking crushing it. But Germany's looking all around. Who us? Us? You look. Not us. I mean,
These guys down here,
we're
look
talking
at
about
this.
somebody else.
Yeah.
Jeez. This dude's got a little smirk on his face. He doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah.
But what took place is totally unacceptable. The UN is supposed to stop invasions, not create them and not finance them. In the United States, we reject the idea that mass numbers of people from foreign lands can be permitted to travel halfway around the world, trample our borders, violate our sovereignty, cause unmitigated crime, and deplete our social safety net.
That's absolutely right, Smithson. Perfect. Right on. Yeah, they have like the worst countries sitting on the.
On everything. On everything. Osmond said, Trump's speech summary. Don't have to be politically correct all the time. Do what's right for your country. Control your borders, period. There you go.
This one's a little bit longer, but I had a shorter clip, but I liked that he included UN spokespeople and their propaganda. This is what I love. John Doe says, Osmond, well said. This fancy political talk does and nada. Trump calls it like it is. He's not perfect. No, he's perfectly imperfect. That's what the definition of a perfect. I saw something today that said, in order to be perfect, you have to be imperfect. There's no such thing as perfect. So that is Trump to a T.
But we're not letting this happen in America. In 1982, the executive director of the United Nations Environmental Program predicted that by the year 2000, climate change would cause a global catastrophe. He said that it will be irreversible, as any nuclear holocaust would be.
Oh, my gosh.
This is what they said at the United Nations. What happened? Here we are.
Totally calling out the United Nations, man. This is an assassination of the United Nations.
Another UN official stated in 1989 that within a decade, entire nations could be wiped off the map by global warming. Not happening. You know, it used to be global cooling. If you look back
Yep.
years ago in the 1920s and the 1930s, they said global cooling will kill the world. We have to do something. Then they said global warming will kill the world. But then it started getting cooler. So now they could just call it climate change, because that way they can't miss. It's climate change. Because if it goes higher or lower, whatever the hell happens, there's climate change. It's the greatest con job ever perpetrated on the world in my
Yes.
Money run.
Climate change, no matter what happens, you're involved in that. No more global warming, no more global cooling. All of these predictions made by the United Nations and
He's right, because no matter what, you're involved in it. You're responsible. You're doing this wrong. You're doing that wrong. Meanwhile, the elites are flying all over the world in their private boats and cars and their planes, but somehow you're involved in it, Jeff.
many others, often for bad reasons, were wrong. They were made by stupid people that have cost their countries fortunes and given those same countries no chance for success. If you don't get away from this green scam, your country is going to fail. And I'm really good at predicting things, you know. They actually said during the campaign they had a hat, the best-selling hat. Trump was right about everything. And I don't say that in a braggadocious way, but it's true. I've been right about everything. And I'm telling you that if you don't get away from the green energy scam, your country is going to fail. And if you don't stop people that you've never seen before, that you have nothing in common with, your country is going to fail. I'm the president of the United States, but I worry about Europe. I love Europe. I love the people of Europe. And I hate to see it being devastated by energy and immigration. This double-tailed monster destroys everything in its wake, and they cannot let that happen any longer. You're doing it because you want to be nice. You want to be politically correct, and you're destroying your heritage. They must take control strongly and immediately of the unmitigated immigration disaster and the fake energy catastrophe before it's too late. The carbon footprint is a hoax made up by people with evil intentions, and they're heading down a path of total destruction. You know, the carbon footprint, it was a big, big thing a few years ago. I remember hearing about the carbon footprint, and then President Obama would get into Air Force One, a massive Boeing 747, and not a new one, an old one with old engines that spew everything into the atmosphere. He'd talk about the carbon footprint, we must do so. Then he'd get in and he'd fly from Washington to Hawaii to play a round of golf. And then he'd get back onto that big, beautiful plane and he'd fly back and he'd talk about, again, global warming and the carbon footprint. It's a con job. At extreme cost and expense, Europe reduced its own carbon footprint by 37%. Think of that. Congratulations, Europe. Great job. You cost yourself a lot of jobs, a lot of factories closed, but you reduced the carbon footprint by 37%. However, for all of that sacrifice and much more, it's been totally wiped out and then some by a global increase of 54%. Much of it coming from China and other countries that are thriving around China, which now produces more CO2 than all the other developed nations in the world. So all of these countries are working so hard on the carbon footprint, which is nonsense, by the way. It's nonsense. You know, it's interesting. In the United States, we have still radicalized environmentalists, and they want the factories to stop. Everything should stop. No more cows. We don't want cows anymore. I guess they want to kill all the cows. They want to do things that are just unbelievable, and you have it too. But, you know, we have a border, strong, and we have a shape, and that shape doesn't just go straight up. That shape is amorphous when it comes to the atmosphere. And if we had the most clean air, and I think we do, we have very clean air. We have the cleanest air we've had in many, many years. But the problem is that other countries, like China, which has air that's a little bit rough, it blows. And no matter what you're doing down here, the air up here tends to get very dirty because it comes in from other countries where their air isn't so clean. And the environmentalists refuse to acknowledge that. Same thing with garbage. In Asia, they dump much of their garbage right into the ocean. And over about a 1 week and 2 week journey, it flows right past Los Angeles. You've seen it. Massive amounts of garbage, almost too much to do anything about, flowing past Los Angeles, past San Francisco, and then somebody will get in trouble because he dropped a cigarette on the beach. The whole thing is crazy. The primary effect of these brutal green energy policies has not been to help the environment, but to redistribute manufacturing and industrial activity from developed countries that follow the insane rules that are put down to polluting countries that break the rules and are making a fortune.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of long, but he so pretty much nailed it. And the whole speech was pretty much like that, Jeff. The whole thing was him just, nonstop. But I'll tell you how it ended. This is how it ended.
Great.
There's
great.
the end.
Really a beautiful vision. Let us all work together to build a bright, beautiful planet, a planet that we all share, a planet of peace and a world that is richer, better, and more beautiful than ever before. That can happen. It will happen. It will happen, and I hope it can happen and start right now, right at this moment. We'll turn it around. We're going to make our countries better, safer, more beautiful. We're going to take care of our people. Thank you very much. It's been an honor. God bless the nations of the world. Thank you very much. Bye.
Bye. See ya. Done.
Just look proud.
Bye. Time for you guys to leave.
Oh, get out. Report. There it is. They clapped. They didn't just sit there on their hands. I mean, it was pretty good, Jeff. Who says the tax on carbon is the most insidious form of slavery devised? It's a tax on all life that has ever existed, all life that is extant today, and all life that will exist in the future. Yeah, 100%. All of these things are just clever. I don't know if they're clever, but what you're pointing out, Hoos, is they're just new forms of taxation. Clear and simple. Because it never gets solved. It never changes. It's like he was saying, yeah, you reduced it by 37%, but what does that matter when you got the biggest polluter in the entire world? But this whole thing, whether it's the climate change, you can buy carbon credits because, to offset your carbon use. It doesn't do anything. It's not offsetting carbon usage. You're basically being taxed. All of this stuff is around money generating taxes. So I almost can make a prediction that when we get to that tax hearing next week, the Democrats are going to start talking about how illicit crypto is, and because it's so illicit and so scammy, we got to tax the crap out of it. No one will be surprised, but thank you for that, Hughes. Appreciate that. That's a good observation. Right, 100%. Do you know the other insidious form of slavery? It's called central banks. You know what it's called here in the United States? It's called the Federal Reserve. It's not federal, and there's zero reserves, okay? It's a money printing machine. And that's one of the things the tariffs are going to offset, what Trump's trying to do. And again, don't know if he'll be successful. What he's attempting to do is for anybody that makes $150,000 a year or less, he wants to tax to be outside of the country, not tax the people. And he wants those people to keep what they earn and not get taxed. Because before 1913, that's exactly how the United States government was funded. That's how a lot of governments were funded. With tariffs. They're like, it wouldn't work. It's going to blow up. Working beautifully. Better than they had hoped. It's a cost of doing business. So there you have it, Jeff.
Yeah, and the whole thing, if we look at the way plants are absorbing CO2. So CO2 levels, I think they're registering at like 400 plus parts per million. I think it was an increase. Our normal standards were probably around 200. Maybe 100 plus years ago, maybe it was less, more. I don't, but the thing is, if you look at plants, they need somewhere between like 800 to 1,000 parts per million of CO2 in their environment. They can survive on, and I'm looking through all this different research, between 150 to 200. They can look at the minimal mean, of what's required. But we're talking about, massive proliferation of plant life. If you keep cutting out CO2, then it's also potentially detrimental to plant life. And if you concede plants, I think the biggest issue that you have in a lot of the big cities is that they destroy all the parks. They get rid of all the plants. Then you have cement jungles. Of course, you're going to have pollution and an increase of CO2 in a cement jungle. Why is New York City so filthy? Because most of it is a cement jungle. But look at Central Park. Look how beautiful Central Park is. And then you start seeing that you have a lot of green areas. And if you look at some of the newer modern cities that get built up, there's a lot of green space, and you need green space. You can't live in a cement jungle. You go to parts of, and I haven't been to China, only, stories that I've heard from people that have traveled over there for work. And there are days that you're in your hotel and you literally can't see out of your window because of the smog and pollution at the levels, because of all the crap they just, and it's all about controlling that. It's not cutting out all CO2 and all of a sudden choking all plant life. How about add more plant life, figure out the natural balance. Let us use our fossil fuels. Let us use our natural gas. Let us use our nuclear. Let's look at all these different ways of power. Let's look at geothermal. There's a lot of great ways, but these leftists, they're so like elitist, and they believe that their way is the greatest way. So they create all these cars with all these batteries that you can't get rid of. And the battery, you put a battery in the ground, it's going to be there for who knows how many tens of thousands of years, and all the chemicals and pollutant that's going to leak out from it. And think about the mining of the cobalt or whatever else is needed for these batteries. And think about those countries, the people that are mining it, so now you're destroying more, you're destroying more area, and you're putting people's lives at danger, at risk to go and dig for this stuff. And now what? So, so what are their, EV battery powered cars? Hey, it's great. You want a battery powered car? It's awesome. You want it because it's fast. It looks cool. A lot of tech on the inside. Awesome. What the governments have done by forcing people to get EV, talk about, flipping your electric grid that isn't prepared for powering all these EVs. Now you have EVs all over the place. You're force feeding, forcing people to buy EVs. You're forcing people onto wind power. You're forcing people onto solar power. It's such a stupid mechanism of government power to force people into something that you think is right. Just like forcing people to get those injections that was 100% wrong then, and it's 100% wrong now. On a limited basis, it was right from a political thought control way, when Trump was able to get it into warp speed and release it, because he knew all these elitist leftists were going to try to make sure that people never came out of their houses without a path of at least some recovery, and having some pharmaceutical. But he didn't want people to be forced to get it. Then the leftists took over. They forced people. They undermined real science. They undermined the medical community. They politicized medicine. Doctors became political pundits, towing the communist line and injecting people and forcing people to be injected. Schools were indoctrinating kids. All these things happen, and with this elitist mentality, all these technologies, hey, they're great. I don't mind wind power. You want to have a turbine in your backyard? That's your prerogative. Don't force me to use your wind turbine if I don't want to, and have 1,000 of them, creating an eyesore when I drive down the road, or force me to put solar panels on my roof with technology that isn't just quite there yet, or force me to drive an EV that takes me 3 hours to charge. And so I have to go sit someplace in a gas station for, 45 minutes just to get a trickle charge so I can go half my distance. I mean, I want in and out, 5 minutes in and out of the gas station. I'm done. When you get it to that level, then we can talk about the market will dictate. They seem to forget about market dictate trends. If people want it, it's good. If people start buying, as soon as you start choking at technology, though, if you're going to choke electric development over fossil fuels, then that's not right either. Don't try to choke them out. Let them grow. If people want it, they want it. They don't want it, they don't want it. And in the meantime, let's say it's going to take us 30 years to go to a different source away from fossil fuels. Let's say that it took 30 years. The leftist ideologues thought they could force people to do it in 5 to 10. They figure if they force you to buy it, you have to convert. But the technology wasn't there yet. And it's the same thing. You look at all these modern vehicles, Chip, And you go in the modern vehicle and they have all these cheap touchscreens, but they look really cool. Everybody's enamored by touchscreens. And then you have to go change your radio station or turn up your thermostat, your temperature gauge, or move your mirrors or whatever. And you're like, oh shit, there's no buttons. So now the trend is, oh, guess what? People didn't want touchscreens in their cars because you're taking their attention off the road. They want tactile sensation in their vehicle. They want to be able to turn knobs, and so now they're bringing knobs back. It's like the mentality. I don't know what's gone on with people. Like it's just such a mental clusterfuck that's gone on over the past number of years because of these leftist ideologues. It's my thought, Chip. my rant. What were we talking about? Crypto. That's right. Flare. Oh, you're muted.
I was saying, look at this right here. This is fantastic. You can go for hours on this, Jeff. Like hours. Just like drive around constantly. Just,
is that AI or is that for real? That's awesome.
No, some guy's driving around. He's got it plugged in so he can constantly drive. This guy, I've always seen this picture of the generator in the back. So the guy gets stuck somewhere. He's got the generator. He can just power up in 3 hours or whatever.
Can you drive while it's on generator?
I don't know what this is, dude. I don't know what this guy's got in the back of this thing. I don't know if that's a generator sticking in there. I don't know what the hell it is. A bottle of vodka. I don't know what that is. I really don't know, man.
And the thing is, I believe if you dig into someone probably knows about it already. There was a guy that invented an engine that ran on water. I think he ended up getting killed. I think they killed him, but he built an engine that ran on regular water. And I think, there's a whole new resurgence. I saw a car that was powered by hydrogen, and it's just a swap out tank. It took 2 seconds. Boom, take a tank out, put a tank in. And it just came out of the back. It's a long canister. You can pull up a thing, but imagine just water.
You want to see how
people do that too.
I've got the one. I could go to Elon Musk. I'll say, you want to know how you can sell twice as many cars overnight?
Put a gas.
Make a hybrid as a start, or make a gas powered one. If you make a hybrid, look, you can never run. You can always get gas, right? The gas, and I've rented these hybrids. When I travel and stuff. Man, 2 days into things like it's running the battery. I mean, you have to charge them overnight at some point, but they go a lot further because it's using the power from the engine when it's running on gas. And it's constantly going between there, which is a fantastic thing. Here's a disturbing trend that I wanted to show, and this is just, man, I don't know. I'm trying to get this guy on the show. I've reached out to him a couple of times because I can't get enough of his videos, but look at this.
Okay, so this is a shocking trend that's on. This is a TikTok trend where pregnant women are taking Tylenol while pregnant because Trump
said don't take it.
28 weeks pregnant. You know what I'm going to take? Some Tylenol, acetaminophen. It's going to work like a charm. And my baby won't have autism.
Shocking, isn't it?
How does she know?
Because Trump came out and cited studies linking it to autism. Because Trump said that, they're now taking Tylenol who are pregnant. They want to prove Trump wrong. Oh, he's citing studies to put your own child's life in danger, risk its health, because a man you didn't like said something and you want to prove him wrong. Tylenol, the company, even said, we do not recommend taking it during pregnancy. And you have women on camera taking it during pregnancy. Should they not get visits from child services? Imagine having a mother like this.
I mean, yeah, that's some mental illness right there.
They're
You're
totally
pregnant,
mentally
and
ill.
even
Mentally ill.
Even if you thought, they say, well, you know what? I don't know. Maybe he could be right. He could be a complete but I'm not testing him on my baby's health. I mean, it's just insane, these people.
The possibility that whatever's in, and the Tylenol of today isn't the Tylenol before either. Whatever they put in this stuff.
Well, here's the other thing. They had failed Mayor Sadiq Khan. They asked him, Jeff, they asked him about Trump. What do you think he said? You can fill in the blanks what he's going to tell you.
Wondering what it is about this Muslim mayor who leads a liberal, multicultural, progressive, successful city that means I appear to be living rent-free inside Donald Trump's head.
Are those comments Islamophobic?
Listen,
Listen.
when people say things, when people act in a certain way, when people behave in a certain way, you've got to believe them.
So you're saying he is Islamophobic?
I think President Trump has shown he is racist, he is sexist, he is misogynistic, and he's Islamophobic.
That's it? Jeez. Holy cow. Now let's take a look at lovely London he's talking about. Let's take a look, eh? Look at this. Look at the squalor. Look at the dirt, the garbage on the streets. People are sitting outside with tables and chairs in squalor. I don't even know if this is London, but it just gives you an idea of just like what happens. This might be Pakistan. I don't know.
That might be Karachi.
It could be.
Like the license plate.
I don't know, but it's just like, but this is what it turns into, though, Jeff. This is what it ends up being.
Yeah.
Garbage everywhere. You know, it's funny, when I was in for the proper party, there were parts of New York that looked exactly like this. And guess who I saw?
That's East London.
Lots of illegals all over the place, and it was garbage stacked up, garbage on the side of the road. It was a shame. You know that whole thing about that London, the state of London. There you go. You know what's sad about the city, Con? That mayor, I think they only started that in 2000, if I'm not mistaken. When did they? And like they never had the concept of a mayor before. I think it was since 2000.
I don't know. One of these guys would know. They're over there.
Yeah, you guys, please tell us. I don't know. I don't think that's been going on for 50 or 100 years.
Whose crypto's old enough to remember it? East and West, East London, West London.
Yeah. Good luck now, man.
Is East London kind of the no-go zone? Is that what it's like?
I remember in 2000, like being like totally like, what is going on in London? Because I went in the 90s, and then by the time 2000 rolled around, I was shocked at what I saw.
Hi, lady. You're either pregnant or very fat. Hi, lady. You're either pregnant or very fat.
I am pregnant.
How would you like your child to start a rocket company?
That would be great. I guess.
Then try new Tylenol, Autism Strength, the only pain reliever guaranteed to put your child on the spectrum. This fast-acting Tylenol quickly goes through your bloodstream and somehow, through some unknown process no one can quite explain, gives your child autism.
Are there any side effects?
Well, there's the autism.
Oh.
Tylenol Autism Strength. It may or may not give your kid autism. There's like a correlation or something.
The bee,
always on it so fast.
The bee is they're always crushing it. The bee is on top of it, man. Anyway, we got a giveaway to do here. We have a giveaway, Jeff. We have 3 Yetis. We have 3. We have a giveaway or no?
I didn't make a song for the giveaway.
All right, then we just did the auction.
I made a song for the auction.
Then we're good. We'll just do the auction then. We'll be back with the giveaway.
Auction Wednesday. Be back on Saturday with a giveaway.
There you go, people.
No giveaway.
There you go. Let me.
Wednesday.
Yes. So speaking of the bee, Jeff, let's just get through. There's a couple of these bees that I wanted to get to, but look at this. You know, Kamala has been pushing this new book she has. She's been out there on talk circuits, and basically the bee got it right. Kamala does speaking tour to remind nation why Trump is president.
Oh my God.
The bee, how about this one here? More winning, Trump to demolish the UN building and replace it with the UFC arena.
That would be a great idea.
Sounds awesome.
And have all the guys at the UN fight at the UFC.
But they have to fight real UFC fighters. That would love that even more.
I'll let them fight themselves. It'll be fun.
How about this? The Nazi rally, which was the Charlie Kirk. The Nazi rally inspires millions to forgive and love their enemies. Some Nazi rally, man. Turning point. And the nation had to reset the days since the leftist terror attacks, counter back to zero. Holy cow, the bee, man. Here's a new update for the Democrat donkey. It's now holding a sniper rifle.
Think about that. Oh my God. That's too much.
And Trump is playing 4D chess. He slammed the boring ratings challenge show The Apprentice, and wow, NBC's bringing it back. It's just a great. The B never misses, man. This one is so perfect for anybody, you guys, sport lovers out there, sports, football lovers, whether it's American football, regular football. Tell me if this doesn't ring true. Dad empties dishwasher so he has an excuse to watch 19 hours of football this weekend.
There you go.
There it is, then.
Got it. You got to do that.
Got to do it. Look at his face. Hey, I emptied the dishwasher.
And remember, if she
know.
didn't see it, it didn't happen.
Yes, you did get the Yeti of the day, and a badass cool one too, man. That is freaking great.
Yeah,
so that is it, people.
I like the brute. The brute.
London is unrecognizable. Yeah, I was like, a Londoner was, or I don't know if he's in London, but someone from the UK was ripping into me like, what do you know about the UK? Like, hey, man, I just cover it in geopolitics to give my opinion from American perspective. Do I know it like you do? No. Do I understand Parliament? Have no clue. I was going to play Margaret Thatcher, who saw all this coming. She predicted all this was going on with labor. This is where it's going, where it's headed. I was going to play it. It's a little bit dry, but again, she nailed it. But what are you going to do? Osmond says, who would win the Hunger Games if it was done in a UN building's doors locked up? Trump somehow would find his way out. Somehow would, yeah. It's a great movie, man.
Was a great
President locked in the UN building in New York City. Imagine a time when the next thing that happens is fight, and everyone like runs through the halls.
Trump would leave, let them fight. Let them fight it out.
I like the Hunger Games. That's a great version of it. Well, that's all we got, guys.
If you win, you can leave and go home. All right, before we go, today's show, of course.
Brought to us by who?
Brought to us by who? I don't know. Let's find out.
Tonight's show is brought to you by Badass. Yetis coffee. Is it any good? Nah, it's fucking great. Forged in the mountains, brewed for legends. Badass. YetisCoffee.com.
We are out of here as well, people. It was great knowing you. Appreciate you guys. That's all we got tonight. Chip and Jeff. Oh, see you on Saturday. See you Saturday.
Are you down with OTC? Please like, subscribe, and click the bell to be notified when the next video drops.